Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to a new video, and in today's video I will tell you 10 things that I think would need a change. So let's jump right into it. So let's go to the first one, and I think it's one of the most important ones because it makes the game way more unbalanced between free-to-play and pay-to-win players or spenders, and it's the +1 resurrection wand. Currently, only people who spend money into the game have access to it, well, unless you were super lucky and got one of the wands in one of the wheels, which is very unlikely. It's possible, but yeah, you know what I mean. In the other version of the game, in Taiwan version of the game, you can have it also as a free-to-play player, I mean a +1 resurrection wand, but it's just not in our game yet included, and I think this should be one of the most or the highest priorities to put in the game, because it's just very unfair. You can resurrect your dual partner 2 times, the other person can just do it 1 time, just because they are free to play, and that ability in a competitive mode is a no-no, so please change that. Now let's come to the cards, and in my opinion, common cards are way too crazy to level up. I mean, from level 8 to 9, you can see it here, I need 113 cards. That's an insane amount of cards to level them up, and it's not even that crazy high on level, you know. Common cards should be the easiest one to level up because they are the common cards, but if we compare it now to epic cards, let's say the Nifla is also level 8, and from 8 to 9 it's just 8 cards, so you can level epic cards way faster than common cards. Same counts for rare cards and everything. Everything is way easier to level up, besides epics, mythics probably, but yeah, compared to common cards, and for me that doesn't make any sense. They should lower the amount of cards needed in common cards. I don't know by how many percent. If I would say like 15% less cards to upgrade would be good or not, but it's way too hard to upgrade common cards, and I talked to other players about it and they were totally the same opinion. So yeah. So since we are already talking about cards, let's jump right into mythic cards, mythic and light cards. So right now it's it's very hard to get them, obviously. They have very low probability to get dropped, and there are not as many mythic light cards as legendary, so yeah. But there's a bigger problem with cards, and it's you cannot trade them, because I don't know, they are not tradable with legendary tokens, so you probably need mythic tokens. I assume they will maybe come in the future of the game, but how expensive will they be, like a mythic token, if legendary tokens are already pretty expensive? Yeah, besides of that, sorry guys, my voice is going away. Oi. So a big hint that we will probably get mythic tokens is that we also will get mythic and dark wild cards. Wild cards, yeah, mythic and dark wild cards. They will also be probably very expensive, and I think they should just have made it as like the legendary category, that you can use wildcards on it or trade with legendary tokens, then rename it maybe, but that would be a little bit, I don't know, easier to handle. But right now, very hard to level up those cards. Oh, the thank you notes. So you can farm up to 10 thank you notes per day, and you can stack them up until you can until 50. So that means if you missed 1 day, you have 20 notes the next day to farm. If you skip that day, you have 30 the next day, and so on. But whatever, the prices are ridiculously high in the shop compared to the amount of notes we can get, because like I said, 1 per day, 10 per day, 1 per run, and you can get 2 per run if you play it with other players, which makes it still pretty, I don't know, grindy looking at those prices. Yeah, legendary token 50, curious card packs 40, whatever. These are the one-time purchases per month. That's okay, but then if you go scroll down, you have like gold, which is like, oh sorry, gold, which is like a weekly thing, 1 time per week, the crystals, which are very nice, and I assume a lot of people would like to have it, but yes, I don't know, it's just very expensive. And yeah, very hard to grind, especially right now we have a bug in game. It's crazy, I already reported it, but you get 0 notes in the forest runs. It's amazing. You can only get forest thank you notes if you play with other players, otherwise you get literally 0 notes. Yeah, very bad if you are like me and you haven't even bought the legendary trade token. The season is almost over. Yeah, that's not so nice. Hopefully they will fix it soon. But yeah, the prices should adjust a little bit. I don't know, maybe make here 5 or 10 thank you letters cheaper. Same with legendary tokens. Also here, make it cheaper, because these two, if you buy it 2 times, the crystal pack, in 1 time gold, it's already 70 notes, and that's it for the weekly thing. That's the maximum you can farm per week. So it doesn't add up somehow. If you would do that, you could not buy any tokens or not save up for the legendary tokens or the curious card pack. So calculation wise, it needs to be different, because it just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, let's go to the next highlight, the wheel. We all know it already. I will just keep it very short. It's way too expensive. The side prices are not insane. Yeah, 300 for a key. Yeah, I don't know. And if you're very unlucky, you need to spin 85 times, which adds up currently at over 300 euros. That's expensive, very expensive. And yeah, just my own opinion. That's very expensive. The prices would need an adjustment. Same with also the side prices, because yeah, some things are just meh. Yeah, that's it from the wheel. Let's go to the next point. Okay, the next point is a point I already talked about it with other people. And so if you are a little bit higher on the ranks, you can play against people from other servers like Singapore, Canada, Australia, whatever. And I'm currently playing from Europe, obviously, if you didn't notice. We can play against those people. We can even play with them if we queue up in duo alone and they also search for a game alone. We could potentially play together in a duo game, but then we cannot add each other and play with each other if we wanted to do it, like on purpose. And I think that's a little bit, yeah, I don't know what to think about it. I would prefer to be able to add those people, to be able to talk with them in game, share ideas, whatever, play with them. That would be super awesome. I know that other people think the same. I already talked to a few people from Singapore that had the same opinion. I think that would be super cool. I don't know if it's somehow possible or what's the reason why they block all of this, but as you can see, I cannot even click on his profile because yeah, he's from another server. Yeah, I think it's pretty sad because yeah, I would like to talk with some of those people, but it's just not possible. I cannot add them in game, so if I want to talk with them, I need to, communicate with them through something different like Discord or so. Gold, that's the next point. So gold is a very limited resource, we all know it, right? It's very hard to get, but the amount that we get is definitely a little bit too low in my opinion, and they could adjust it by giving us, I don't know, more gold in the forest with events, or higher up the gold amount you get in duels or so on. But right now it's just way too low, and once your cards start getting higher and higher, for example here you can see my bomb box, I need 14,700 gold to upgrade it, right? It's a lot, and then imagine being a free-to-play player, how hard it is to indeed upgrade cards to the higher levels. It will take forever, and I say all of this because I know that in another version of the game, Taiwan version of the game, it's not as crazy or not as hard as it is here. So I hope they will do some adjustments. I assume in the future They will indeed do some optimizations to the game, so we will get like better rewards and stuff like that. It's what I think. I may be totally wrong, but I think they will adjust some things, especially if enough people complain about it. But yeah, gold. It was a topic from the beginning on, and the higher you get, the more you realize, oh damn, like here 14,700 gold, I would need to farm for how long to just upgrade that one card, and then I'm not able to upgrade other cards or spend the gold on something different. Yes, it's yeah, please change. Okay, next point. So let's go to the friend list. Here, as you can see, I have currently 87 friends, and blah blah blah, they are offline, whatever. The problem is to filter out like who, since when were they offline, for example. Because if I have like some people in my friends list that are super inactive, I could just delete them, but I can just not see it. I cannot see it since when they are offline, and that's a little bit yeah, it's not so cool. I know that if you're a leader of a team, you can see they were last online blah 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 a few hours ago, whatever, but on the friends list you cannot see that, and I would think that's a pretty cool feature, especially when you have more people in your friends list or you want just to sort friends list out. Yeah, it's a small thing, a small quality of life change, but I would really appreciate it. I assume I'm not the only one, other people would probably also appreciate it, but yeah. Okay, next point. Okay, so now let's jump into the echo side of things, because as some of you may know, in the Taiwan version of the game they already have way more echoes, for example Sirius Black, Luna, whatever. And I think it's time now, because a lot of players already progressed really far into the game. Maybe the devs also didn't expect that, I don't know. But we are currently a little bit stuck also in Solo Forest because we don't have specific echoes. And that really stops a lot of us from doing big progress, because if you manage to beat stage 27 in the forest, you start getting legendary echoes as a drop the whole time from the car, so the passive drop. And in Taiwan version of the game, sorry, my voice. And in Taiwan version of the game, they did it with Sirius Black, which works super great, and we don't have him here. And I can hardly imagine that stage will be doable with another echo. Maybe it's possible, but it's crazy hard. I put already a few hours into that stage. I cannot figure out a way to beat it. So yeah, we need more echoes to progress in the game. Also, maybe to bring again a little bit more variety into the game, make things more interesting. Yeah, just an idea. Yeah, would love to see more echoes. Okay, next point. Okay, so let's come to the last point, and for me that's the daily shop. The daily shop is already fine. It has one of the best values right now in the game, but it could still be better in my opinion. I really thought about it, and I think it would be a great addition if you could, for example, just add more things for gold. For example, a legendary or mythic cards. They should obviously be very rare and not appear every day in the shop, but let's say they would also not be cheap, right? But let's say you add like legendary cards for 4,000 gold, 5,000 gold, I don't know, or maybe a little bit more. Same with mythic. Yeah, it would be expensive, and gold is a very restricted resource, but if people would know, okay, there's a chance I can get a mythic card in the shop, especially the one I've been waiting for ages, they will save up that amount of gold and just hope for that card eventually in the future. It would benefit every player, not just spenders, but also free-to-play players, and I think it would be a great addition to the daily shop. Yeah, it would just give you even more opportunities to buy stuff. You could obviously also add legendary echoes for gold, because right now you only get it for orange gems. And I think a lot of people would appreciate it, especially looking at how hard it can get to get legendaries and even harder to get mythic cards. Yeah, I think it would be very appreciated. But yeah, I think that's it from this video. 10 things I think that could improve the gaming experience, make life a little bit easier. Yeah, you guys maybe have other ideas, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. Usually I read every comment, okay, most of you should know that because I reply almost to everyone. But yeah, besides of that, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you for 300 subs, guys. It's a wild ride with you, so thank you so much for the support. And yeah, I would say see you on the next video. Bye bye, guys.